Hey, so NRS gave us some patch notes. Cheetah and Wonder Woman have had some buffs, so I'm going to just go over them and I'm going to give you my thoughts on the patch. So first of all, I'm kind of surprised that these two got buffs. Not so much Wonder Woman because I've seen all the whining about her, even though I think she didn't need buffs, but hey, you know, whatever. The first thing is, you know, with other characters that aren't getting buffed, like Firestorm and stuff, I was shocked that these two got buffed. But also, I was really shocked at how heavily nerfed Aquaman got, but I'm really happy at the same time, and I'm hoping that he's still a good character. But obviously they've just toned down his tools and they've made the right decision, so we've just got to trust him on that one. So the first thing I'm going to go over is something that people would have overlooked in the buffs. This is now overhead mid and it's plus on block. So being plus on block's huge anyway, especially with, you know, Wonder Woman having a 6 frame down 1. It means that she's going to be able to essentially frame trap them into a down 1 or into a 2-2 if they've got a little bit more respect, and, you know, whatever. It also buffs her trait, because this move was -21, you'd never throw it out. You'd always do, you know, back 2 raw because it's -2, or back 2 into lasso, or back 2 into shield bash if you thought, you know, they might... Oh, why is that not coming out? If you thought they might, you know, try and neutral duck the lasso because it wasn't a block string. Yada yada yada. Long story short, you can now do this string, and you can feel pretty damn good about it, especially in the corner. It's got a good corner carry as well, so you can do this, and then probably like with a shield bash in. It's just great. You know, overall it's just great. It's great for pressure. It's plus, but this also buffs her hero power to one of her. Literally, this was her most pointless one. This does like 20 more damage on lasso, and I'm not even joking. It's so bad. But look at the damage on this now. 119. This is competitive mode, and look at the damage now. 246. That's over double. So she's had a, you know, with this buff up now, you're not going to feel too bad because she has a +2 on block, super far reaching string that does a lot of damage with that buff out. And I don't think a lot of people think about that. They'll think this buff's still bad, and they'll think, oh, +2 on that, not the worst, but you don't get too much for it because you don't. If it was just this 120 damage on hit, people just thought, I'll just take the mid and don't be plus, you know what I mean? But now if you've got this buff up, they really don't want to be taking that second whip. That's a lot of damage to take. That's a super girl combo, not after the patch. But anyway, so that's the first thing. The second thing is they made this safe. So I don't agree with this one. 2 reasons why. It doesn't help her game plan. At the moment, she can't land this anyway in a real game. Like, not in the mid screen. They're holding backwards against her because people love to walk away on this game, and you just never link in it really. You might get someone, but because there's no proximity block in this game, what people don't realise is the only way to stop someone from walking at the range of this is to hold down, and it's blocked anyway. So you're not opening them up with the low. The only thing you're going to open up with is the bounce cancel, which is what we do now anyway. That's what opens them up if they're respecting it. So this doesn't change anything except for the corner, and she's already got an S tier corner game. So, you know, I'm not too, like, I'm not going to be like, wow, this is amazing, but at the same time, it is a big buff in the corner. I will admit that, but I don't think it's going to change her matchups or anything. It's not like a matchup changing change. I just feel like it's going to make her corner game even easier than it already is. So I'm going to talk about why Supergirl got sort of, in my opinion, like a bad rep at the start. First of all, she never had mix, so her mix was like back 2 and down 3, and a down 3 is safe, but it's not the most expensive. You know, it doesn't do a lot of damage. This doesn't really do, you know, a crazy amount of damage. So she's not a mixed character. So people have that impression. Oh, she can't mix. She doesn't do a lot of damage, but she does have, in my opinion, just an insane stagger game. She's got insane damage, and people got a bad rap because the projectile was also like full punishable on block. It was pretty bad. But what people don't realise is that you can do the instant air one and be safe against nearly everything. Maybe like Deadshot can hit you with his 11 frame shot, but this is an 11 frame shield. So to give you an idea, it's got the same startup as Deadshot. So it's obviously not going to hit you as quick, but it's not too far off. The second thing is that the next level of Wonder Woman is actually straight shield. So there'll be a point where, you know, the top Wonder Woman players are able to do this and then hit you in the face. Just standing, and it's a really high execution thing. I know Young Monster can actually do this now, and he can do it quite consistently. Well, I mean, he's shown that he can do it quite consistently, so whether he can do it in tournaments, but it's not going to be that far-fetched. This is day 2 of me doing this. Literally started practicing last night, so there will be a point where I can actually do this, and you can hit cheater in the face. Why is this important? Well, this is important because now you can combo off of it on hit, and it's +5 on block. So you can combo off this after the patch into lasso if they're far enough, or shield bash. And if they're really close, like you're doing from here, I don't know why you would, but you'd be able to get a combo off of it on a hit after the patch. You can't do it now. But that also means after the patch that you can get a combo off of this as well. So if you can do this consistently, hit them in the face, be plus off it, or full combo on hit, I mean, you tell me, that's a projectile that's either full combo or +5. So she's really execution heavy, but just because it's execution heavy doesn't mean the tools don't exist, and it doesn't mean that she's not good because of it. So yeah, Wonder Woman's going to be really good. Faster trait recovery, safe low combo starter. This is now plus back 2-3, and it does a good amount of damage with her trait active, which is a buff to her new trait thing. So she's now not so sad because they buffed that move. It's also buffed her trait, if that makes any sense. It's like a 2-in-1 thing. It might not even be potentiable NRS, but yeah, it's something to think about. And then when these now combo into a lasso, so if I just do this, take it off blocks just so you can see, because they don't get the pushback on hit, they get pulled forward. That would combo. That would no longer be 2 hits, it'd be like 3-4 hits. So it's a pretty big buff. And then when you add straight shield to the mix, when you can, I know it seems really hard to imagine, but you can just literally do straight shield here and combo it straight in their face, bang. So it's going to be a high execution thing. You're going to see a couple of Wonder Womans in tournament playing when they are at that execution point where they're doing that. Really formidable. When you add all of the tools, you start doing instant air mid projectiles that are plus on block. Just think Sonic Fox's Cassie back in the day. Like, Cassie wasn't doing too great in tournament. She was always a great character, but once she got those nerfs to forward 3-4, she kind of dropped off the map. There was only like Gross and DMS and a couple of other players that were even playing her. Never really did anything. Sonic Fox came onto the scene. Check out my instant air guns, like checking all your zoning, counter zoning with him, and then just that was allowing him to get his game going. And you've seen the difference it made. And it's the same thing with Wonder Woman. Once a player hits that execution barrier for it, which is very high, the potential is real. So if you're looking to get into Wonder Woman, definitely do it. So she's not too much for long. It's basically a 2-2-3 strings now, safe. It's -31 at the moment, but this complements her other buff as well. So 2-2-3 being safe means she can now, just jump in and do 2-2-3 and not really be too sort of fussed. It does leave her at a range. If I just pop us mid-screen, quite decent range actually. I don't know if they'll change this, but it actually leaves her at a fairly decent range. I mean, look, that's a sweet range, and a Wonder Woman's not going to be hitting you from there with anything. So yeah, on block it leaves you at a nice range. It's safe. Maybe you can steal your turn back, meet them forward 3. Yeah, so it's a good buff. Hopefully there's ways to get around that, but it really complements her other buff, which is 3-3-2. This is now plus on block. Now it has gaps in the string, so you can backdash, but you can also bounce cancel at any point to catch those backdashes, or just mix, because you can do standing 3, and this is a mix with the low and the second part of the string, and it's plus afterwards. So afterwards you can do just 2-2-3 to frame trap them if they're trying to jump away or get away. You can even do after the string, you can do just a raw command grab, whether it be low or high, depending on the player against. Or you can do standing 2 command grab, standing 2 low grab. There's so many different ways to mix it up. You can do standing 2 forward 3 because that links on hit. Or you can do back 1 if you've got enough respect that they're gonna, not mash out on the plus frames. Now I don't know how plus 3-3-2 is, but it only really needs to be +2 to get some kind of mind game going. So yeah. Brilliant stuff. Overall for the whole patch, I'd say the direction they're taking the game is really, really good. I'm not too sure about some of the nerfs and buffs. For instance, I think Sub-Zero does need a buff. I've said I think his projectile needs to be slightly faster on startup. If people remember Cyber Sub-Zero in MKX, he was broke on release because he had all these bomb setups, but he also had like a machine gun ice ball, and the difference it made to his neutral was dramatic. And I think in this game, where you can just, a lot of characters can just spam projectiles. Sub-Zero just has to kind of keep jumping in, sliding in and stuff. If he had a little bit faster Ice Ball, he'd be able to sort of get his game going a little bit easier. And he's obviously got other problems, but that's for another person to go over personally. Swamp Thing, I think the change is going to either make no difference at all or be completely game breaking. So his trait, if you don't know, is going to follow him really well, and it heals him, and the opponent can't jump and things like that, and it follows him around. So I think they've increased its startup as well, so it could really game breaking. They've also gave him armor on his grab, so if you connect with a grab but there's a projectile mid-flight, that projectile won't break it anymore, and that's a pretty big change as well. It allows him to counter zone. I believe he has to be standing in his trait to do that, but with the changes they've made to it, maybe you can get that going. No changes to Cyborg. I'm a little bit surprised on that one. I would have liked to have seen invincibility on his up punch, but hey, who am I to argue with them? Catwoman needs more nerfs than they've given her, but we've not got the full set of changes, so I can't obviously talk at length of what they've done. But if they've only done what they've said they've done, which is increase her back 3 hitbox and nerf the jump to like downward hitbox, she's still going to be the best in the game. I say best in the game. She does struggle against like the characters that I play and stuff, so yeah, she's just stupid, so it's tough. But I still think she needs to be negative on certain things, like a little pop-up string which starts for low, which is meatless until back 3, needs to be like -10 at least with no pushback. Like, she needs some sort of counterplay, because at the moment, once she's in, she's never negative, so you only ever hit her when she makes a mistake, which isn't fair. Like, she needs to be punishable. I don't want to talk about Flash, because Flash is one of those downplayed characters that it never should have been downplayed. He's exactly what he should be, which is really hard in the neutral, but once he gets in, it's party time, and they've made it easier for him to get in. So yeah, I disagree with the change, but we'll see how it goes. Green Lantern, yeah, I agree with the change. I don't think he should have had any changes. I think he's good. Same with Harley. Maybe she'll get nerfed in a future patch. I feel like she's just got a bit too good fix and stuff like that, but who knows, you know, we'll see how it pans out. Batman, I don't know. Batman's annoying as hell. We'll see if the changes were enough. He still could be top 5 when the dust settles, and it's the same with Superman. The change to Red Hood was spot on. Said it all along. Red Hood's a decent character, but that down forward 3 move was just an easy, like, I'm gonna hit you tool, I'm gonna get in tool, I'm gonna punish you tool. It was just like too good, too good. So nerfing the frames on that. Brilliant idea from NRS. Shows that they're on the right path with everybody else. His minds still might need an adjustment. They might need to change his mind so they go away on hit, not block but hit. But we'll see about that. I don't know too much about the Joker. Not many people play him, but he is still a good character. So saying like to buff him and things like that, I'd say he's jumping the gun at this point. I would like to just see how the meta pans out and see how it goes, because like he does well against things like the Cheetah. He's not, he's not terrible, but we'll see. Perfect nerfs on Atrocitus. Perfect. Like, exactly what was wrong with him they fixed. They still kept his general core game plan, which is to mix, but they just made it harder for him to just consistently do it. Took more of his stuff away, and it's more rewarding for the player to spend their own meter to get rid of it. Yeah, what can you say? Like, he might go down quite a bit in his power level, but he'll still be able to mixture. Still going to be able to do the push block reads with the bounce cancels. Still going to be a good character. Don't know about Grodd. They only changed his trait. Don't think it'll be enough, but maybe it is enough. If you can activate trait and go ham because you can just get in now, maybe it is enough. Maybe that's all he needed. Maybe he just tested it and went, you know what, guys, this is just what he needed. Yeah. I don't think she needed buffs. I just think she needed hitbox changes, like on a down 2 and on a back 1. But if they want to buff her, awesome. Brilliant. I don't think the nerfs to Deadshot were enough, but we'll see. I think he's already a utility character, Deadshot. He either completely annihilates you, or he's just okay. He's nothing too special. We'll see. I don't know about the Poison Ivy changes. We'll have to see how they go into practice. If she can't... The problem with Poison Ivy, and I hate this character, she's going to be Aquaman 2.0. If she can anti-air you quite easily, it's going to be the same stuff of watching a character walk backwards all game and just whiff punish you constantly. The only benefit I can see is she's not going to be doing crazy amounts of chip, although she does have a chip special. Supergirl community is probably the, like, along with Flash and possibly Robin, the biggest downplayed character in the game. So we're gonna go with, I think she was absolutely fine the way she was. They give her the changes that I said she should have had, which was back 2-3 not having a gap, so back 2-3 being safe, so that's good. Hopefully the Supergirl players can take that and move on with it. I do believe though that personally, in my personal opinion, she doesn't need a damage buff, and she's going to be really strong. If you've got a Supergirl now, a lot of people do, she's going to be really good after this patch. She will move top 10 for sure. Top 5 or not, I couldn't say. This character's stupid. Look, anyone that's fought a good Green Arrow will know that Green Arrow is actually really oppressive in some matchups. He shouldn't have a plus on block wake up, which is lower than overhead. The lower the overhead's not the point, it's the fact that it's plus on block. That's the problem. I believe that should be minus 10. Honestly, you wake up in this game with something that powerful, it's got to get, you know, thing going. Especially considering he's got Savage Blast, and you know, he can still delay wake up and do all the other options. He doesn't need it. He is a good character now. He's got the damage, he's got the zoning, he's got the chip. He doesn't need it. I think this is going to be one of the characters that sort of gets adjusted again along with Harley, but we'll see. He slipped right under the radar, so Green Arrow players should be very happy. Having said that, if you know players are playing Green Arrow and they have success with him, you know, great to the loyalists. You know, I really hope that they continue to have success with him. Just don't play him against me because he is a nightmare. Dr. Fate's a really hard character to balance. He's either really oppressive against his opponent, or he can't do anything. He really struggles to get his game going. They're going to have to do something with him, but making Glyph safe wasn't it. So we'll see how it pans out. But yeah, he already wins matchups really comfortably, the ones he wins, so I just disagree making Glyph completely safe. No changes for Blue Beetle. I think he could use some love, but he could be in the Wonder Woman category of we're just waiting for somebody to get good enough with him. Who knows? Firestorm's great. I think Firestorm's actually a really good character. He didn't need any changes. He's perfect the way he is. Aqua nerf, yeah. I don't know what it's going to be like. I actually want to play him now that nerfed him. I'm one of those guys. Like, I actually have always liked Aquaman, but he was so easy and brain dead that I just could never bring myself to play him. So now that they've changed him and he's a completely different character, I'll probably look into him and, you know, give him a go, because I like his idea of being a, you know, with punish spacing character with, you know, a punisher on like people making mistakes, which I really like. I don't know too much about Canary, if I'm going to be honest. Not many people play it. I know she's actually quite a good character anyway. She's like a mixed god. Not quite as good as Flash, but she's up there. She's really good. So maybe the changes are going to make her too good. Maybe she's going to be like a Sonic Fox character where she's going to come into a tournament and she's just going to blow through you. Like in a deathmatch situation, like your first 100 games in a set, she's not going to be like the most powerful thing in the world, but in a, you know, best out of 5 setting, she can just do work. That's fine. That's the type of character she is. So I just hope she isn't too good. I do have Darkseid, it says purchase here, but I think Darkseid receiving no changes is a little bit of an oversight. Darkseid is going to be in a really good spot after the patch. He struggled against the top tiers, but he didn't struggle that badly. You know, you're looking at a character that's on the cusp of top 10, and when all the other ones get completely nerfed, this guy's going to be top 5, and let's say top 5. I can't say comfortably top 5, but he's going to be around there. He's going to be, you know, in shout for it. And we'll just have to see. There's something about this character that it really bugs me, and I don't know. I just feel like there's something a bit too strong about him, but then you can see his weaknesses. I don't know. I've got a bad feeling about him, but whatever. Wonder Woman was already a great character. She did struggle in some matchups, but she could still win. Buffing her, the buffs don't change the matchups she wins or loses. It just makes her win her matchups harder than she already did. I'm all for it. I think she's a great character. She's super fun to watch, and she's actually, execution-wise, one of the hardest in the game. So I'm all for it. I love skill cap characters. I love watching skill cap characters. Yeah, brilliant stuff. I don't think Black Adam was nerfed enough. He's still going to be top 10, top 5, but only time will tell. I feel like he's a tough one to nerf, but he's still going to do good damage. He's still going to be a monster, but hopefully with the sort of nerfs that you receive, people will start experimenting with other characters because it's not so easy to win with Black Adam anymore. Captain Cold's a weird one. I mean, I don't play him. I know that Captain Cold's a bit of a beast. He's a bit of a utility character. He wins matchups through his tools. If the opponent can get around them, then it's hard for him. But if they can't, then he's just laughing. The buffs they made to him, obviously we don't have all the buffs yet, but we'll see. He could be a really annoying character to go up against. Now, this is a character you do not want strong. You do not want this character to be good. I promise you. Unless you play him. The only people that want Captain Cold to be good are the people that play him, because he has some nasty stuff. Here comes the most, well, top 3-4 most downplayed characters. The Canadians love their downplay. Robin is a troubled character. I'm not going to say he's top 5, top 10. He's just solidly mid-tier. He's got excellent range on his normals, and if you've got any sort of, you know, fighting game prowess, you're going to be able to use his range expertly. And he's also got a really strong special which launches, and you know, it's safe on block, so there is a gap there, but in a special tournament setting, people are just not going to always be ready to exploit it. So yeah, Robin's actually quite a good tournament character, but he does have really bad matchups, and I don't think they did anything to change that. So I feel sorry for Robin players, because although he was helped, you know, he's definitely had buffs. They've just not buffed him in the right direction. So hopefully he gets the buffs he needs to make his matchups. Like, what the way matchups should be is if it's a 6-4 now, they need to make it a 5-5, and if it's a 4-6, they need to make it a 5-5. That's how in my eyes that they should try and bring all the matchups. So, you know, if he's getting zoned out by Fate and he's got no options against him, when it's already like a 6-4, 7-3, and then they make the only way Robin can actually punish him is Glyph safe. You know, is this now an 8-2? Is this now definitely a 7-3? That's not what you want. You want to make sure that if you know, if Fate gets that, Robin gets, you know, his teleport faster, or you know, just other ways for him. He now gets armor on a certain move that allows him to, you know, push through things. You know, just give him a little bit of easier time getting in. But you know, it's not up to me to design the game or balance the game. I don't play Robin, you know, so who knows how it's going to end up. This character needed nerfs. People that know that have ever played a high level Scarecrow, that unless you're playing top tiers against him, it's super rough. Now, he's not unbeatable. He's definitely wasn't, you know, top 5, top 6 in my opinion before this patch, but after the patch, he's definitely going to be up there. He is brain dead as hell to get in. He is an MKX character. This is Jason from MKX put into Injustice. You know, this might well be an MKX DLC. He just gets in there, he's +6, and then if you make the read to jump out and he doesn't do the command grab and he does the special, it's a full launching combo. And if you don't jump out and he does the command grab, he's rewarded anyway. It doesn't make too much sense to me. I don't know how you change him. I have no idea what to do, but ultimately for me personally, this is the character, along with Catwoman, that I believe will escape this patch and really flourish. So Supergirl, Catwoman, Harley, Green Arrow, they're going to be in really good stead. And then you've got Wonder Woman, Cheetah. They definitely done what they've said they're going to do, which is sort of, you know, squish the tiers. Like, it's going to be very hard to make a top 10. But if Scarecrow's good now, and he's not received any changes, he's going to be really good after the patch. His wake up needs to be more minus as well. Wake up -8 now. Sorry about that. No, not fair. Not fair. Anyway, that's sort of me ranting about him. I don't know if Bane got the changes he needed, but he is a bit of a powerhouse, and if they've done quite a good damage buff on his sort of specials, because they weren't that scary, but if his specials go from, like, you know, I don't know, 200 damage to 300 now, Jesus, wow, he could be really good. He will just completely, like, take a round off you. That's what Bane should be like. Bane should just take the round off you. So who knows? Faster jab as well for punishing. Bane could be one to watch out for. This is the sleeper of the whole patch, in my opinion. This is just super scary. I don't like Brainiac at the moment. Is one of those characters that if you play patiently against him, you'll win. If he outsmarts you, or he out sort of, you know, if he's too quick for you on his dive kicks and he catches you off guard, he will win. But if you're patient and you make the right reads, you'll beat him because he's punishable. Even Cheetah can punish him, and that's it. That's all she wrote. Like, at the end of the day, if you block his stuff, he is minus, you punish him. His trait, obviously going away on hit, means that you are able to just go on offense, and he loses so much momentum when he goes for his trait that it sometimes can be a deficit for him to try and do it. Now, though, he can do his trait, hold it, and, you know, when his trait's coming through and you hit him, it's going to hit you. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have safe. He's gonna make his a lot more stuff safe all the time. He's gonna cover his wake ups a lot more. He's gonna cover his dive kicks a lot more. I don't know what to think about this character. He's already wacky. He's got crazy hitboxes on his jump normals. He's already a good character. So to get this buff, he could blow up. Like, Brainnet could be like the next nemesis. He could be the new Shinnok, for instance, of the game, where just one of those fringe characters, not seen too much, a couple of top people play him and do well with him, to just the new monster of the game, really hard to sort of counterplay, and just does what he wants. And yeah, so we'll see on that one. Starfire's coming out soon. Obviously I'm going to be making quite a few videos on Starfire. I'm going to see what she's all about, see if she's to my taste. I'm still excited for all the other DLCs as well, especially Enchantress. I'm not too sure what direction they're going to take her, but she could be super cool, so we'll see. I have no idea about Atom. I have no idea how they're going to do that, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see what they do anyway. I know this has been quite long, but, you know, patch notes, they take some time, and if you're bored, then great, you can just sit watching me ramble on or listen to me rambling on for a bit. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.